All right. Are you hungry for a little bit of good news? Me too. Welcome to the superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today in my basement, I'm going to be starting off like I always will now with some good news. Then we're going to be going to the Bitaxe unboxing. Ooh, so stay tuned for that one. All right. So, first, we're going to start off with the good news because as I am the tech media, no one ever really gives out good news. Do you know how hard it is to find good news on the interwebs these days? It's a little tricky. So what I did today was, and I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm gonna do this, but I found a website that is a random state generator in the United States. Most of my audience here is in the United States, even though I'm in Canada. But oh, hey, Ranch, welcome to the show. So, yeah, so I found a website that says random state generator. So I clicked on that. I said, okay, give me a random state in the United States. Click. Okay, it was New Jersey, I guess, today. So brought up a map of New Jersey and kind of went here. And then, but that little town, it didn't have a local newspaper. So I did it again. Boom. And I found uh Vineland, New Jersey. So I went to the Vineland Daily Voice, which is the local newspaper in Vineland, New Jersey, and good old Michael Mashburn did a story that was good news. Everything else was really bad. So, it's like all this terrible news. It's like, boy, Vineland does, or the Vineland Daily Voice really is trying to get the clicks there. But Michael Mashburn gave out some pretty good news, I guess, for in New Jersey. There, it's about how McDonald's is launching a revamped value meal. Not too shabby for Vineland, New Jersey. Okay, what does Michael Mashburn write here? The fast food giant will unveil its new McValue menu nationwide starting on Tuesday, January 7th. Okay, and this is another funny thing here too. It says McValue will include current fan favorites. So if you eat at McDonald's, I guess you're a fan or something. Like the $5 meal deal and a new buy one, add one for a buck offer, allowing customers to mix and match their order. All right. Breakfast options include classics like the sausage McMuffin and hash browns, while lunch offerings feature the 6-piece chicken McNuggets and double cheeseburger. McDonald's is also extending through next summer its $5 meal deal, a combination of a McDouble or McChicken sandwich, small fries, 4-piece McNuggets, and a small soda. Okay, I am not getting paid by McDonald's to read this. It's just the only good news that they had in Vineland, New Jersey. Okay, as part of its overhaul, McDonald's promised more offers exclusively available on its app, as well as localized food and beverage deals. And it goes on a little bit more. And at the end here, it says from deals on their personal to go to order to universal favorites like the $5 meal deal, we're excited to give fans, there's your fans again, more ways to save every time they visit one of our restaurants. And that was from a quote from Joe Erlinger, president of McDonald's USA. Oh, hey, Shecky, welcome to the show. Just in time for the good news, finding out that McDonald's is launching a revamped value menu. So there we go. That is good news from the Vineland Daily Voice in Vineland, New Jersey. Okay, there we go. That's it. Now, isn't that nicer than like a car crash or someone getting arrested or something like that? So, yeah, there you go. So if you're a big fan of McDonald's, there you go. All right, so now we're going to get to a little bit of tech news. Because while I was down in El Salvador last month, I got this package delivered. If you can tell, I still got a little bit of a cold here, but I'm going to do an unboxing of the Bitaxe Bitcoin miner. So I don't know. I'll see what it looks like. I ordered one of these things, and apparently you can mine Bitcoin with it. And the chances of you actually getting any is like almost zero. But I kind of did it as more of an educational thing, and it's kind of a fun thing to do. And if you, from all the websites I've seen and YouTube channels and stuff like that, if you buy one of these things, it's kind of like buying a lottery ticket. And I calculated the odds. And so I don't know what lottery you have in your state, but for here in Ontario, we got our big one is the Lotto 649. So you pick 6 numbers from 1 to 49, and you have certain odds of winning that. Then you usually win like, I don't know, 2 million, and then it grows up to 25 million or whatever. So my chances of getting any type of Bitcoins with this thing, I kind of calculated it, was if I bought 3 tickets to this Lotto 649, which is like, I don't know, like buying 20 Powerball tickets and maybe you'll win. So it's yeah, and your odds get worse and worse as the days go on. But who cares? Let's find out what this little guy looks like. Apparently this is the well, what I wanted to do, I ordered this way back, and I said, okay, I want to get this little miner thingamajig, and it was like, oh, here's the newest one. So I ordered that, but it turns out it wasn't in production yet. So I was down in El Salvador, and I got a notification on my email. I got a picture of this on my front porch back here in Canada, and it's like, I can't even play with my new toy. But all right, let's see what she looks like. Yeah, don't want to rip any wires or anything with my scissors here. I probably could have used a utility knife from over there, but okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. The big unboxing. Ooh. Hey guys, I love this sweater. Ooh, what do we got here? We got the Bitaxe series operating manual. Okay, we get that. There we go. I guess that'll tell me what to do. I don't know. I did check out a few YouTube videos, and it looks like it's pretty easy to set up. And I did do I went to a conference down in El Salvador, and there was a guy. Oh, do you think I could remember his name? I follow him on Twitter, John Denniston. I'll put it. I will figure that name out. Anyways, he did a workshop on how to set one of these things up. So I saw him do it, and it's not rocket science, so I should be able to do it. Okay, so we got some nice, there we go, stress relieving bubble wrap there. Very good. And oh, what do we got here? Ooh, let's take out the bubble wrap. Everybody likes bubble wrap. All right, well, let's recycle that. Oh, look at that. Fragile. It must be Italian. So there's a little reference from A Christmas Story. Okay. What do we got here? Ooh, let's take a look here. What do we got? We got stickers. Gotta have stickers. What's this? This is from Decentral. So that's who I bought this from. Decentral is a company in Canada. And the Bitaxe, if you go to bitaxe.org and you look on there, and depending what country you live in, that can you can order one and have it sent to your house. So this one's from Canada. It's from Laval, Quebec. I don't know. This is some block 853742. I don't know what that sticker means, but it looks cool. All right, more stickers. Oh, what the heck is this? Now, I have no idea what the heck this has to do with Bitaxe or anything, but it's some weird little dude with a bobblehead. And I guess I paid for it directly or indirectly. So I don't know what the heck is that? Or is that 3D printed? That looks like it's been 3D printed. Huh. I don't know what the heck that is. Maybe that's like the little Bitaxe logo guy. Okay. Well, we'll put him over here. Where's a good place to put this guy? I don't know. Put him there. We got a little QR code on here. Thank you for your purchase. We would love to hear your feedback. All right, there we go. We got some little papers and stuff. I have no idea what that weird thing is. Okay, let's do this. Now let's get to the tech. Oh, we got more stuff. They got stickers, and there's a little Bitaxe. There's a logo there. See, that kind of shows up as blue, but on the camera, but it actually looks kind of purpley to me. This one looks like kind of black and pink. All right. And is that 3D printed too? Not sure. I think that might be 3D printed too. I guess they got the 3D printers all fired up. Okay, we got this little stand. Actually, that looks like it's been 3D printed. Okay, if you can see that. Bitaxe. Okay, there's this thing. I got a power supply. What's this? throw my garbage over there. Okay, let's unwrap that because I do want to plug this thing in just so if it blows up, I'll go super viral. I'll be in the hospital watching all my ratings, all my likes and subs go up as I'm in the burn unit. So let's see. Can I get this undone? Okay, that was put on by someone who was right-handed. Okay, got a power supply. We're getting there. Now, what does the real thing look like? Oh, we got all kinds of good more bubble wrap. Okay, here we go. Good thing I got my scissors at the workbench down here. Oh, I don't know what this thing looks like. So how big is it? What does it do? All right, let's get rich with my lottery ticket, my Bitcoin lottery ticket. Ooh, look at that. It's like some kind of a little circuit board with a fan. Okay, check it out. This is the Bitaxe miner from Decentral. Okay, there we go. That's how you make money. You turn it on, and it does a bunch of math, and you win some money. Maybe. We got wires wrapped around there. Okay, this little guy here, that looks like that's 3D printed too, this orange part. And it looks like it's a circuit board. And if I'm not mistaken from the what I was looking at the YouTube, I'll toss that over there on the YouTubes. Where's the pointer? My little pointer here. Pen pointer. Okay, so apparently this little chip here, that little square chip right there, apparently that's the magic. That's the magic chip. That's the ASIC chip that does all the super number crunching and stuff like that, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Or I could be totally wrong on that. In fact, that might be. I don't know. I thought that was an important chip or something like that. But then we got what's this? There's like some wire wrapped around here doing something. Yeah, so this is like a little, if you can see that, there's like a little fan here. Yeah, so that little fan there is for this. There's a heat sink underneath here. All this, if you can see that. Yeah, so that's like it looks like it's some kind of aluminum heat sink. So there must be some really hot chip underneath that. And then there's another little fan on the back here. If you can see that. Oh, maybe not. Okay, there's so we got front and back fans for ultimate cooling. Oh, isn't that pretty fancy too? They got little Bitcoin logo on the side. Ooh, we're getting artistic. Okay, and then this little guy on top, from what I've seen, this is a little readout right there. So we should be able to see something on there if I plug it in and don't blow myself up and go into the burn unit. So here we go. Where does this plug into? Oh, okay. Talk about high tech. Okay, so you plug this guy in here, I guess. Ooh, okay. So we're all plugged in. Plug this into the wall. And I think they say that it should boot up. Like this is like a little, it's some kind of like little Linux processor, something. And then it's got like a readout here that will give you numbers and stuff. But let's just plug it in and figure it out. Okay, here we go. And you should have a fan. The fan should spool up. That's what they say. Okay, I'm plugging it in. 3, 2, 1, plug. Ooh, look at that. We're getting high tech here. All right, so that's a pretty quiet fan. Yeah, like it's right up to the microphone. You can't even hear that. And we got like a little readout there. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's small. Good thing I got my relatively new glasses. That is small, man. This must be for young people, not old people with old eyes. So it says connecting to SSID, Decentral Labs, something, configuration SSID, Bitaxe FBCD. Okay, and then configuration SSID. Okay, so apparently what you do here is, so that's firing up. Everything's looking good. that does ring a bell. That's what it's supposed to look like. And then, okay, now you got to figure out how to get this thing hooked up to the internet. And then there's a bunch of weird stuff there, which I could totally screw up, or it could take me forever and it'd be really boring for you. So I won't bore you with that, but I will give you an update probably like the next show. I think I'm just going to leave it here somewhere, chugging along. And because there's stuff that you got to hook up to this first. So the way the guy did it at the workshop, you know what? That's bugging me. I can't remember his name. Let's see. Hang tight, guys. I'm going to see if I can get this guy. I might have to log into my Twitter for this. Let's see. But I know he works at the Bitcoin hardware store in El Sante, or otherwise known as Bitcoin Beach. Bitcoin hardware store. Okay. I wonder if his name's on there somewhere. Events. More events. What do we got here? Okay, there's not much on there. Maybe let's do Twitter. Because I told this guy I'd give him a little shout out. But you think I can? I don't want to have to. Yeah, I don't want to have to actually log into my Twitter here. What is his name? I think it's John. I'm taking a guess at his name. This is really bad. Oh, John Deniston? Let's see here. I'm pretty sure that's it. I follow him on Twitter. What do we got here? Maybe. All right. I'm going to have to log into Twitter. Let's see if anybody is still StreamYard Studio. Okay. Yeah, I'll log into the Twitter. Here we go. I got to get this right. Superpilotish on the Twitter X. And all right, here we go. And we got to look for, no, John Dennison. No, that's not his name. Okay, who am I following here? Profile is me. I am following him. I follow very few people. Jamie Robinson. That's it. Okay. Sorry, Jamie. I got your name wrong there. Okay. Well, who the heck is John Deniston? I don't know. Jamie Robinson is the guy I'm talking about. Okay. There we go. Yep. Jamie Robinson. Yeah, so Jamie did this this workshop, and so he kind of had like there was a lot of people in the room, so he kind of had what was supposed to show up here. He took pictures of it and stuck it up in a PowerPoint kind of presentation. And yeah, so he hooked up this little guy just with a hotspot on his iPhone, I think he had, and fixed it all up, and then it worked. So this has to connect to the internet so that it can do its little thing. And there's software that's just loaded right onto this very specific Linux operating system chip thingamajig that's specific just for this. Don't quote me on that, on my don't quote me on thingamajigs and all that other stuff I'm saying, but I think I got it right in general, and it just kind of works. And before this, I looked at it like a little bit before, and I'm like, hey, how do these miners work? And you see these things where people are heating their house with them, and they make a ton of noise, and there's like warehouses full of these things. But this is kind of designed more as like a learning tool for. They're using these things in schools all over El Salvador, actually, so they can show kids how this Bitcoin stuff works, because it's the national money of El Salvador. So they got to teach people how to use this new money. So yeah, and there we go. Fans working. Oh, is the one on the back working too? Oh yeah, yeah. How can you tell a fan's working? You put your finger in it. Okay, it's working. Okay, well, let's do a, there's no on-off button for it, so we'll just unplug that. Boom. Okay, so I'll let you guys know how that goes with next day or two. I'll kind of set that up, and we'll see if we're, it should read out how much it's hashing and figuring out and calculating and all that other stuff. There we go. So there you go. One cool looking Bitaxe. And apparently you can order different colors for the stands there too. I ordered Bitcoin orange because I guess that's more of a classic, classic black or Bitcoin orange for whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna take that out. Something tells me that's not very pet friendly or anything. One drop on the floor, I think it's busted. But okay, we'll just leave it over there. All right, that's what a Bitaxe miner looks like. And then yeah, we'll just kind of play around with that. Oh, then wait a minute, what's this thing for then? Maybe it's another optional case. Maybe that's, yeah, what's this thing supposed to do? All right, I'll figure that out. Maybe this comes with it anyways, and I ordered some cool extra thing by mistake. I don't know. Hey, extra parts are always good. And stickers and 3D printed little bobble dudes. Who knows? Oh, well, I like getting stuff. We got stickers. We got little things, little plastic bits. That's what 3D printers are great for making. Little plastic bits that you go, oh, wow, that's cool. And then it ends up in the garbage. Oh, well, that's what. But 3D printers are good for other stuff, too. Some really good ones. I know like a lot of engineering companies have 3D printers for prototypes and stuff like that. So it's much more cost effective to make a 3D print one of these things rather than, okay, I'm going to make an entire mold for it out of steel with all these little machining things that you'd have to put in there. And that would cost, like, to make a mold out of steel for that, just one little mold like that, that's probably $50,000, I'd guess. 50,000 maybe for just a little thing that comes together and injects plastic. It's a lot of labor in there. So that would be my guess. 50, maybe 30 grand. Anyways, okay. Yeah. So that's kind of about it for today. We'll go through some comments and questions and stuff like that. We'll see. Let's see what everybody says here. We'll start off with our good news about McDonald's, that Wrench hasn't eaten at McDonald's in months. Often robotics team kids ask for it. Lead story today is about local lottery winners. Seems like good news. Okay, cool. Yeah. Wrench is a coach of a robotics team. So, yeah, I mean, I think McDonald's is more for young stomachs, not old stomachs. I absolutely love the taste of McDonald's, but I always feel like after. When I was younger, I could eat it all day long. And then Checky also is an old man. He hasn't eaten it in years, and he doesn't do fast food. I generally don't myself. Okay. And then Wrench is saying it does calculations to come up with new numbers. That whole Bitcoin thing seems complicated. It is. It's yeah, it's like you hear about this thing here. Oh, install this app on your phone. Do this, do that. Okay, that's pretty easy, but then how does that work? What's this miner thing do? How do they come up with new Bitcoins? Can I make my own Bitcoins? I hope so. I'm going to try making some here in my basement. But the other guys with more computer power that cost them a lot more money and electricity, they can make more than me. So it's kind of a weird thing the way it all works. But I don't know. It seems to grow and grow and doesn't shrink and shrink. So yeah, it's pretty complicated. Okay, what do we got here? And here's more questions. Yeah, anytime you get into the, like, when I first started looking at this Bitcoin stuff, so like, oh, that's what they have in El Salvador, and I kind of heard about it here and there. How do you know you hit a good number? So I was trying to figure out how, just in my own head, how this stuff works, and I never really figured it out until a few days ago, really. Or I don't know, I was trying to figure this stuff out, and I was at this Bitcoin conference and everybody's talking about all this stuff, and I'm like, I think I know what I'm talking about there. So how do you know if you hit a good number? So I'm pretty sure the way it works is that in the Bitcoin software that they have, that's run on different computers all the way around the world, it's like, okay, we have this mathematical equation type thing. And okay, now don't quote me on this one, but I think it's kind of like, I was thinking about if I could explain that here today too, and I might or might not do a good job of it. So let's just say we're going to do the way that this little bit, and I was thinking, how does this little miner, what's this little guy do? Now, if you look at, that's a very complicated one of these things. If this little thing helps you calculate things, right? And that one's even more powerful. So let's just say we got a number. So the Bitcoin software decides, all right, we're going to pick a random number here. You guys got to guess it. Okay, so I'm going to I'll cover this up here with, what do we got here? Date and aviation heritage. So, okay, there's a number underneath here, and we just figured it out. Okay, we don't know what that number is, but it's a monster equation that takes a whole lot to figure out. But we'll say, for the sake of argument, this is an easy one. So if I guess that number by doing the proper mathematical thing, okay, our equation is some number plus some number has to equal that number. Okay, and if I get that number and that number correct, if I'm guessing it right, there we go. I win the Bitcoin. So let's try this. And this is what they call a hash. Okay, we're getting more technical here. And a hash is just a guess. There's all this, like, so that little thing there does 1.2 terahashes per second, which means 1.2 trillion guesses per second. And there's like tons of those things guessing all over. But we're going to have a real easy equation here, and we're going to be hashing out and finding some Bitcoin here. So there's a magic number here. And so we got to try this. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So here we go. Let's try 1 plus 0. Okay, 1 plus 0. Or actually, let's start at 0 plus 0. Start at the bottom and work our way up. 0 plus 0, is that my number? Nope. Guess again. Boy, this Bitcoin's taking a long time. I think I'd rather have a computer do that. Maybe I'd have a computer like this do it. It would be a little bit faster. Okay, let's erase that. What about 0 plus 1? Is that the right number? Nope. Everyone decided, nope, that's not the right number. Okay, so we'll send it up. We'll guess again. This is 0 plus 2. Nope. Man, this is taking a long time. Okay. 0 plus 3. We got to get the right number. Nope. Okay. What about 0 plus 4? Oh, cool. You know what? Ding. We got it. Just won the Bitcoin. All right. So, and that was with just that plus that. Now, what if you have, but the thing is, the number that is randomly picked that we got to guess is like a bigger number than you can even imagine in your head. That's how big that number is. So you got to do all this adding and all this other stuff, and it's a wicked computation that they have to do with plus or minus or greater than and less than and squared and square root and all this other thing to figure out this monster number, which is bigger than you can even imagine. So that's why you have to guess 1.2 trillion times per second times, probably millions of those things around the world. So that's like a huge number, not just 4. Takes some time, takes you a lot of energy to do that. So that's where the Bitcoin gets its kind of value from, is that if I'm investing so much money into this, that actually costs about $200 US. So I basically flushed that down the toilet. But say you got a whole warehouse full of these things, like I'm not going to sell, and you gotta pay for electricity for it. So it's like, just to make that Bitcoin, it's going to cost you so much electricity. So you say, okay, hey, I won the Bitcoin. I guess the number. I'm going to give you that Bitcoin for how much electricity it cost me to make it, anyways. And then other things happen. So there's game theory. There's and it gets weird. But basically, if you ever hear hash, means guessing a number, and all these computers are working around the world to guess a number that is bigger than you can even comprehend with your head. There you go. That's and it's based on the cost of electricity, basically. So if you can find a place that has free electricity, there you go. You can make some money on your Bitcoin. That's the idea. And then how do you know you got a good number? All the other little computers that are kind of working on the same thing, they all kind of agree. Oh yeah, we'll check it with the equation. Does that 4 equals 0 plus 4? Yep. Does that 4 equals 0 plus 4? Yep. Okay, we all agree. Okay, that's all done with. Let's pick a new number and start guessing that one, and the race is on again. So that's the way that works. All right. What else we got here? So Wrench remembers his kids playing RuneScape online in the 2000s. Spent many hours mining to get metal for armor. Extremely boring mining. Could pay actual money, but they were poor. Yeah, like I played World of Warcraft before, and like sometimes you just like, I want to get that thing. So I had a hunter character, so I was going out like collecting pelts and hunting turtles or something for turtle shells, and then I could turn it into armor. But it took a long time, and you're all bored. Just, but anyways, what do we got here? When it finds a real Bitcoin, $89,000 falls out of the money tray. No, not quite. Well, I think part of the setup process is I got to tell this guy here, if I do find some Bitcoin, this magically guesses the right number, then I have to tell it where I should send that to. So I'll have to give this an actual Bitcoin address, or I'll have to say, okay, send it to my wallet that I got on my phone upstairs. And you put like this character, it's a string of like numbers and letters and stuff that are also very complicated, and all very unique and hard to replicate. So I would tell it, okay, send it to this address, as they say, like email address kind of thing. So no, $89,000. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, and yeah, it's a good conversation piece, good for the show. Okay, thanks, Wrench. Yeah, I just kind of thought it'd be kind of cool to do that. And yeah, the extra black section covers the front, just a guess. Maybe, but I don't know. I'd have to. Something tells me I didn't even have to buy the orange thing, and this would have gone in there, because like this little circuit board is screwed in here with 4 screws. Yeah, I don't know. So I could probably attach that there, but then I think I ordered like an extra cooling fan on the back. I forget. It was a while ago. Would that go in the front? Not sure. No, I don't think so. Oh well. I got more 3D plastic junk. Hey, maybe it's like a little house for this guy to hang out in. I don't know. That looks like a good place for him. Okay. Yeah. And then Shecky's almost 58 and eats really healthy. Good for you, Shecky. Okay. Yeah, so that's about it. And I'm really sorry I didn't get Jamie Robinson's name correct, but I'm going to do all this kind of fix things up in my post-production as I do. And yep, that's about it. Today is Monday, and I gotta get out there and plant some garlic because I've been away, and now it's all cold and rainy and wet out there. But I gotta get the garlic in before the winter comes. So Hopefully it doesn't, like, my cold doesn't get worse because of this, but oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to be a garlic farmer or a gardener or whatever. So that's about it. So today's Monday, so I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll probably give a little update on this guy. And I'll be back on Wednesday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And we'll just kind of shut her down. So thank you for watching, guys. Bye.